Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Anthony with the Movie Blog, and I'm here with a review for Emancipation. You know, that Will Smith movie that came out directed by Antoine Fuqua of The Equalizer. So Emancipation is a American drama, historical action thriller film. It's like a whole bunch of genres mixed together, co-produced and starring Will Smith as an enslaved man in Louisiana in the 1860s who escapes his plantation. I'm going to hop right into this. Let's just go ahead and start off with the good. So the first thing is I really like the way the visual effects are like, there's these cool effects overlaid throughout this movie. There's this awesome technique that you'll notice almost immediately when watching. Antoine Fuqua and crew create this filter, it looks like, where the movie looks black and white, but after a few moments, you notice that the filmmakers creatively introduce flourishes of color. Emancipation uses these flourishes of color for a dramatic effect that actually soothes you into watching more. It's almost like a weird screensaver effect from your computer. It's just really pleasant, unexpected surprise that really feels visually soothing after a few moments. It's also unsettling and triggering when you see like the red of the blood of the brutality on screen being the only color introduced. It really stands out. And I'm really impressed with this technique, and it really enhances the overall film. Aside from the visuals, Emancipation has some really good pacing. The movie doesn't get stuck in any particular moment or scene and carries us throughout a lot of the events in a very little amount of time. There's a lot that happens in this movie. Honestly, we meet Peter, we meet his wife Charmaine, Bingwa, and we meet Ben Foster's character Faisal, all in the first 20 or so minutes. Things only pick up from here as Peter makes his escape and the chase is on. Now, to me, there's a surprising amount of action in Emancipation, including a scene where Will Smith's Paul fights a crocodile with like his hands. I didn't know how much I needed to see Will Smith add punching crocodiles to his Hollywood resume. It's one of the most thrilling scenes in the movie that really showcases Antoine Fuqua's nice camera techniques and visual effects. Now, after we go through those good things about Emancipation, we transition over to the things that are not so good. I call them the bad, right? So Emancipation is a movie that makes me wildly uncomfortable. Like, I feel weird watching it. I feel weird hearing people talk about it. Hell, even writing about it makes me feel uncomfortable. I like the idea of Emancipation more than I do the final product, and that kind of doesn't sit well with me. Now, Antoine Fuqua blends a lot of different genres, but it doesn't mesh really well together. I don't like how Emancipation feels more like elements of a Hollywood chase movie than a historical movie. It ends up feeling like a combination of these genres. They don't go together. They somehow mechanically work. It just feels forced. Ben Foster as Faisal is fantastic and is given a good amount to work with. He conveys a good villain to run away from. He's almost like Agent Smith from The Matrix, but even he is not getting the time and attention that he deserves to showcase his talents with what we're seeing here. Will delivers a great performance once you get into his character. Like I said, Ben Foster is amazing, and he's amazingly stoic, and he has a really good performance when he's the focus of the scene. It's just that, you know, Ben, him being great, Will doing a great job, Charmaine doing a great job. They deliver she even delivered one of the most memorable monologues in the movie when she was warning her kids of danger. But there's something about this ensemble that just doesn't quite fit with each other. There's a distinct lack of chemistry with this cast that comes off in this film. There are a few scenes with any of the principals together. They're really not in the movie together that much, but their performances do come off stiff when they do get on screen together. Unfortunately, some key scenes suffer when they needed the leads to deliver the emotional impact in these moments. And also, I have a hard time getting attached to Will Smith's Paul as a character. It could be because Emancipation doesn't devote a lot of time to developing Paul that much before thrusting him into a lot of troubling situations. In fact, I never saw this as Will Smith as Paul, but rather what if Paul was Will Smith? What I mean by that is that there are moments when I just expect to see Paul Will Smith his way out of a situation like an action movie star. Paul is shown to be extremely capable in this movie. He's one of the smartest, most courageous, and most skilled people throughout the entire film, not just amongst the enslaved population. Paul's ability to navigate the swamp, perform first aid, handle a rifle without any known on-screen training, and survive a war is remarkable. This is absolutely an action movie set in the time of a historical film, and it's a unique approach to the genre that feels really forced, and it doesn't come out really well. Overall, Emancipation doesn't feel like it's trying to tell any story of any particular importance. It's trying to tell a whole bunch of stuff, and it also feels oddly out of place for Will Smith, and also ends up feeling forced for him as well. Paul's story bookends with a famous photo, but I still feel unfamiliar with the person that ended up in that photo. There are technically great moments in Emancipation, but it doesn't come together as a technically great film. Overall, I give Emancipation a 6 out of 10. Anyway, guys, what did you guys think of this movie? Did you see it? Let me know what you guys have any feedback about Will Smith's performance in the comments, Charmaine, Bingwa, or their forced, chemistry. That's all I have for this one. As usual, if you guys like these updates, you want to see more, please do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that like button right there, hit it. Like 99% of you guys aren't subscribed. It'll do me a big favor. It'll help me out a lot to help this channel grow. Continue doing this. If you could hit that like button, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Otherwise, I got to check you guys later.